Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, or if this is your first time watching, then welcome. Today I'm going to be showing you how to do this black and silver halo eye look using the Lime Crime Venus Immortalis palette. And I've actually been wanting to do this look for a while, but I kind of had been waiting because it's just a bit more plain than the looks that I prefer to do. I like to use lots of colours, but I do also enjoy a nice black eyeshadow moment, so I finally got around to doing one. I haven't actually used the brown shades in the palette either, so I'm going to have to do a look using those shades as well. So if you guys want to see that, then make sure you subscribe so you don't miss it. And if you enjoy the video, then please hit that like button down below. It really helps me out a lot. So let's get on into the video. Okay, so eyebrows, eyeshadow base, and I'm just using concealer for my eyeshadow base this time because we're going to be using really dark colours anyway, and I don't really think it's going to make too much of a difference. So yeah, before I say anything, I just want to point out my nails. They look so cool. They're like pink holographic type chrome nails, which I did myself, so I'm very proud. So I just thought I would show those off a little bit. And the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with a small fluffy blending brush, and just for comparison, that is the size difference between a regular blending brush and the small one. And I'm going in with the shade here called Unseen, and I'm just using this smaller brush so that I can apply that black right into the crease and keep that quite close to the eyelid, because the next colours that we're going to use are going to be dark as well, and I don't want the crease colours to be coming up too high up close to the eyebrow. So I'm just packing this on all the way across the crease, and I'm applying this in little circular motions so that I can really buff it in there and also keep the edges slightly blended to make it easier to blend when we get to the next step. Okay, so we've got the black base down in the crease, and now we're going to start blending that out. So I'm going to take a domed crease brush and going in with the shade here called Ash, and I'm applying this in pretty much the same way that I applied the black, and I'm just using swirling circular motions to buff this colour into the black. So I'm going to go half on the black and half slightly above that, just to give that nice blended effect. And doing this all the way across the crease, but we don't have to worry too much about it being blended because we are going to blend out with one final colour after this. So that is looking a lot more blended now, but we are going to go in with one more shade and blend that out even more. So I'm taking a fluffy blending brush, and I'm going to go in with this shade here called Cameo, and I'm applying this in pretty much the same way as the other two shades, except this time I'm going half on the grey and half above it. And I'm putting hardly any pressure on the brush at all. I'm just using very light circular motions to get that really blended out. And then after that I'm going to go back in with the black and the grey shades and also the lightest shade, and I'm just going to keep applying each different shade until I'm happy with the blend. Okay, so that's the crease done. Now I'm going to prep the eyelid to cut the crease. So to do that, I'm taking some Vaseline and a flat rounded concealer brush, and I'm just using this to wipe away the makeup that I've got on the eyelid. So the Vaseline is going to loosen the makeup, and then I'm going to need to wipe that using a cotton tip and just go back in again just to make sure that we've got everything off the eye that we need. And this is especially important because we're using black, so if we mix the black in with the base when we're cutting out the crease, it's going to make the base darker than we really want it to be, so that we can get the full potential of the colours. Okay, so the eyelid is nice and clean, and we've already got the shape going for our cut crease. So next I'm going to go back in with my concealer that I used as my base, and the concealer that I've been using is this Too Faced Born This Way concealer in the shade Snow, and I'm taking that on a flat rounded concealer brush, and I'm using this to carve out the crease in the same way that I did using the Vaseline, and covering the entire eyelid where I've prepped it. And I'm applying this in patting motions so I don't mix the black in with the concealer, and just making sure that I get a nice even application so that I've got the same amount on the entire part that I've applied. Okay, so the crease is carved out, and now we're going to start filling it in with some eyeshadow. So I'm taking these two brushes, the larger shader brush to do the bulk of the center color, and the mini eyeshadow brush for doing the top around the edges. And I'm going to be taking this shade here called Hail, and I'm applying that to the center of the eye. But first, before I do that, I'm taking the black shade and the same brush, and I'm applying that to the outer third and the inner third of the eye. And I'm blending the edges out by swirling the brush around as I did for the crease colors. And once I've done that, I'm going to go in with the grey shade and the same brush that I used for that, and I'm applying this to the inside edges of that black that we've just applied, so that we can get the black to blend into the silver shade in the center of the eye. So that's what we're going to be applying next, and then just going back in with the grey and the black afterwards, just to really build up the colour and get the blend nice and even. Okay, so that's the top of the eye complete. So now I'm going to move to the under eye, and I'm going to apply the concealer using that same brush that I was using before to the under eye area to be the base for the eyeshadow. Then I'm going to mirror what I've done on the crease and the under eye. So I'm applying the black shade first using the same brush I was using in the crease, and then moving on to the grey and then the very light beigey colour. And I will go through the colours a few times, go back and forth, just to make sure that I can get a nice even blend with a good amount of pigment. Okay, so I did my other under eye, and I've just gone and done my face makeup, and now I'm going to add in some eyeliner. So I'm taking my NYX Crayon eyeliner in the shade Black, and I'm using this to line my waterline. Next, I'm going to add in a highlight shade. So I'm taking these two brushes, the large fluffy highlighting brush for my cheekbones and face, and the small pencil brush for around my eyes. I'm going to go in with this shade here called Marble, and using the pencil brush, I'm applying this to my tear duct and my brow bone. And then using the fluffy highlighting brush, I'm going to be applying that to my cheekbones, the tip of my nose, and my Cupid's bow. Okay, next I'm going to apply some lipstick, and I'm going to use a combination of lip liner and lipstick. So I'm going to be taking my MAC lip pencil in the shade Spice and my MAC lipstick in the shade Honey Love. Okay, now the last thing left to do is to apply mascara and lashes. So I'm going to be taking my XO Beauty Faux Mink lashes. These are in the style Cupid. I'm going to pop these on off camera, and then I'll be back to show you guys the completed look. Okay, so here we have the completed look with lashes. I love the way this looks from afar. It has just like this really cool effect where it makes your eyes look really rounded, and the silver is like perfect to do a halo eye with. And I was really liking the look, you know, up close, until after a while the colour started like bleeding out and like creasing and stuff, and the silver like spread all the way up the eye into the crease, so it kind of blurred that sharp cut crease line that I had going on there, which is a little bit disappointing, but it doesn't really matter because you're so like, you're not always going to be talking to people like right up close. So overall I do still love the look, but yeah, I haven't really had this happen to me with any other eyeshadows before, so I'm not sure if it's just the problem with this palette. It definitely isn't the best quality palette that I've ever used. I think kind of over the years Lime Crime has lost the quality that they used to have. Like, I used to be obsessed with their eyeshadows when the first Venus palette came out, and the second as well. But yeah, after a while they just started getting worse and worse, and I do find some of the shades a little bit chalky. So I'm very excited for my chromated palette to arrive, because I feel like I could do this look a lot better using that palette. So that's just like an interesting kind of comparison, because I haven't used this palette in a while, so I kind of had forgotten like how good it was, and now it's kind of reassured me that I did the right thing by ordering the chromated palette, because that is going to be better, hopefully. But yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed watching this video. If you did, then please thumbs up and subscribe and tick that little bell button so you can get notified every time I post a new video. I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you in the next one.